Hello girls, I'm 7 weeks pregnant today. Super excited. But before I get into my symptoms, I want to give you a quick little recap on my appointment on Friday. So I went in, had the normal first prenatal where you fill out all the paperwork and they take your blood and all that, and I ended up getting an ultrasound like you had seen in my last video. Everything was great. I left with some pictures. I was super excited. I didn't get to see what the heartbeat was, which I knew I wasn't going to hear it, but I didn't get to see the beats per minute. But I mean, the baby looked great from what I could see, I guess. So that was really exciting. I was really happy to see that and to show my family and stuff. Then on Monday, I got a phone call from that OB that had done the ultrasound. And I had already told him and wrote on my piece of paper, the papers that I was given, that I want a midwife. And but I had also had a LEEP procedure done back in 2009. Now it might be a LEEP procedure or it might be a colonoscopy, even if that's even one. I guess you can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, I have normal cells, and I got the cells burned off in a hospital, like a day appointment kind of thing. So he called me and he said, I noticed that you got this, and I noticed that you want to go and see a midwife. I'm not really keen on the fact that you're going to be going to a midwife because I'm not sure if they know the protocol for people that have these things done, and they might tell you that you have to go to an OB, which is totally fine if that is needed, but I'm very, very pro midwife. I'm not against OBs in any way. I have had a lot of friends that have had a lot of really good experiences with midwives, and I've done a ton of research. So please don't knock me for not going with an OB, but I want to go with a midwife. So I had said, well, what is protocol for when someone has gotten this procedure done once they get pregnant? And he said they have to get regular ultrasounds. So I'm pretty sure that's not a big deal, and I don't think a midwife is not going to know what she's doing. So I will let them know. I will let the midwife know when I go to my appointment on the 14th of this month, which I'm super excited for, to meet the midwife that I'll be having. So he had called me and told me that and said, I just want to make sure that everything will be fine, blah, blah, blah. So he sent the referral over. I got the appointment. Awesome. On Tuesday morning, I woke up and went to the bathroom, and I noticed that I had, now this is a little bit of TMI, that I had a little bit of like light brown discharge, and I had a tiny bit of blood, but it was literally half the size of a dime. Like, it was not even like, and it's completely gone now. So of course I was worried. I called my friend who works at a doctor's office, and she told me, call the nurse line, let them know what is going on. So I called. The nurse said, I'm pretty sure because you got an internal exam, sometimes when they put the probe in there, they irritate the cervix, because I guess your cervix is super sensitive when you're pregnant, and it might have shed some blood, or it might have pushed out some of the old blood. So don't be worried unless you get severe cramping, your nausea, dizzy, like just all these things, crazy things that I guess happen when you're going to have a miscarriage. So it's now Thursday and I'm fine. No signs of anything of that happening. So that's good. So now back to my symptoms for this past week. I have a little journal thing that I write down how I've been feeling, just so I can kind of see how I've been feeling from the last week. So as you guys know, week 5 I had no real symptoms. On week 6 I think I told you guys that I was feeling pretty much okay. Nausea had came, but I wasn't crazy tired or whatever. So let's see, what is this? Actually, sorry, I guess it would, week 6. So the starting of week 6 on the Saturday, so sick that the only way that I could explain it, and I know you guys can totally relate, for you that are pregnant or have been pregnant, is you honestly feel like you've been hit by a truck. Like, it totally felt like I could not move. I couldn't do anything. Luckily, Saturday, I had figured out that taking my prenatal in the morning had helped with my nausea, which is kind of weird, but it helped. So ended up going out with friends to this one place, and we went to this like market, and it was inside, and I could not stand the smells inside of this place. I swear it smelled like everybody had gotten out of bed and came in there and breathed all their morning breath. It was nasty. So I had to end up getting out of there because it smelled so bad. So the sense of smell has definitely heightened. So we ended up leaving, going out for lunch, and I started getting a headache because I've completely stopped drinking coffee. So I started getting a headache, and it was so bad, and I just wanted to get home. I didn't want to do anything. Even hearing people talk was making me feel sick. So I came home, laid on the couch, and I didn't do a single thing until about 8 o'clock. My husband had to cook dinner. I was so lethargic, and just like, I knew that this was the start of me feeling like crap. So Saturday, pretty much right off. Sunday, same thing, but no nausea. Again, tired, crabby, fluish. So then once Monday came, now let me tell you, I've been sleeping on the couch, not really by choice, and not because my husband kicked me out of bed, but because I cannot sleep without 3 pillows and leaning against something. And my bed's in the middle of the room, and I've been getting really bad heartburn pretty much from that day on. Actually, probably even before that, probably the end of week 5, I was probably getting it. So I've been sleeping on the couch. So that definitely has helped, and I'll get into the whole sleep thing in a minute. So Monday, nausea was horrible. No vomiting, knock on wood, but nothing got rid of it. Like, I would eat and eat and eat. Saltine crackers were making me sick. And no matter what I ate, it just wasn't getting rid of it. So that was a pretty crappy day. Tuesday, I felt great. I had one of the best sleeps on Monday night, and that was awesome. And that was the day that I had the brownish discharge, but again, it didn't last. Wednesday felt good. Had some hip pain, some cramps, boobs hurt a little bit, but again, my boobs have not really hurt that much. In terms of what people would say that they would hurt, like, oh my god, I can't sleep on them or whatever. They have definitely grown. I'm so much more happier that I've noticed that they've grown. But I wouldn't say that I am busting out of my bra. I'm just filling it out very nice. And today I had a great sleep again. Feel good, a little bit nausea, and I am craving Oreo ice cream like it's nobody's business. And I'm lactose intolerant, so for me to eat something like that, no. And I actually just got a craving for chips and onion dip. I don't know. So, that's kind of how it's been. I had a lot of food aversions in the beginning of the week. And especially on the day that I was really nauseous, I felt like I couldn't eat anything. And looking in the fridge, it was like, ugh, all I wanted to eat was green apples. Because I felt like that was the only thing that made my stomach feel better, which is kind of odd because you think that because of the fact that it's so sour, it would make my stomach hurt. But it definitely made my stomach feel better. The sleep thing. So I've been sleeping on the couch. I think I'm going to try to sleep in bed tonight because I haven't gotten heartburn or woken up from nausea in the last few nights. And I'm feeling pretty good. I do notice that my hunger has increased, and there was one night that I actually woke up at 4:30 and had to eat. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like eating in the middle of the night. I never have been unless, I feel sick. But if I didn't eat, I would have probably gotten sick because my stomach was like in knots, like, feed me, please. So, I mean, overall, it's been pretty good, I guess. I mean, especially besides those days when I'm like, I can't do anything. I still am pretty tired. I make sure that I get up and I get ready and everything so that I just at least feel like, if I do get the energy to go out, that I'm ready and, I can do everything. My nails have grown a lot. I know that my hair has been growing, but my hair looks like shit every day. Like, this is going to be up in a ponytail because I'm already not liking the way it looks. I need to get a haircut really bad. So that's kind of what's been going on. I am going to give you guys a belly shot, but I don't really see the point, but I'm just going to give it anyways. Okay, so this is with my top on. I'm going to say that majority of this is just like fat. But this is what the belly looks like. It hasn't obviously went in. I'm sucking in right now, as you can see, and I can't suck this in. It's definitely more harder down there. And I'm actually measuring at 36 inches around, and which is actually kind of embarrassing because there's a girl on here that is measuring 37 inches around and she's full term. I'm not subscribed to her, but I was like a little bit sad to see that. But my waist, this part of my waist to start, I think was around like a 32. My waist, on the other hand, is totally different. It's like a 29. So yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. There's not, for 7 weeks, I mean, I'm not really counting this, but you could definitely see down there something starting to come out. So that's it for my week 7. I'm hoping that I continue to stay well and not feel crappy. I mean, I know some of you had said like, oh, I'm glad that you've gotten sick. I am glad that I've gotten, like, felt sick as well. But I don't want to have another 6 weeks of just feeling terrible or getting worse morning sickness or whatever. And I know everybody's different. So, I mean, even if you, like, I've had one girl say that, like, oh, 8 to 13 weeks, you know, you get, that's when it kicks in. And then I've had a lot of people tell me, like, that's, you know, there's no way that that's even, if it starts, it starts, and if it gets worse, it gets worse. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So if my family unit is right, I'm not going to get that much sicker, knock on wood. But I know just keep eating as much as I possibly can, even though I don't feel like I want to, is one of the biggest things that I have to do. Drinking tons of water, and really trying to be as active as I can. I don't work, as most of you might know. I'm a housewife. I can't work. I live in the States. Me and my husband are from Canada. He's here on a work visa. So I can't do anything. So I'm pretty lucky in the terms that I don't have to worry about being somewhere. And my husband keeps saying, I think that's why you're not as sick, because you're not as stressed out about work and not getting enough sleep and all that. So if that's the case, yay. If not, still yay. So I hope you guys have a good week. Sorry, this is almost like 13 and a half minutes. And I will see you next week. Bye.